Hopefully over the past weekend you had an opportunity to spend some time with the loved ones, with some friends and family to commemorate Easter and whatever it means to you, depending on your religion. If it was just simply a long weekend, well, hey, hopefully you enjoyed it. Or if you're a little bit more devout, hopefully you took the kind words from the likes of President Joe Biden, because I know whenever I'm looking for direction on a daily basis, I go and troll the official Twitter feed of the President of the United States, knowing that his decrepit old fingers are the ones plunking down these messages. It's like, oh my God, why do you guys take the bait? But don't worry about it. Jill and I, we send our warmest wishes to Christians around the world, celebrating the power and the hope and the promise of Christ's resurrection. It's Easter Sunday. I'm a devout Catholic and I like all this stuff. But no, it wasn't, in fact, the only holiday this weekend, in case you didn't know. But then also, hey, if you're in one of the places around the world that commemorates Easter Monday, well, hey, this long weekend is longer for you. I don't know how many places still recognize the day. Hell, there were most businesses were open on Good Friday, which was a shock to me. But I also didn't realize that today, or rather, Sunday is also another day of commemoration. And this one right here got everybody in a tizzy, but let's keep it a buck. It's a day that ends in Y, so of course the government is going to try to placate to a marginalized group in order to appeal to the feelings and vibes-based individuals out there. Today, on Transgender Day of Visibility, I have a simple message to all these trannies out there. I see you. You're made in the image of God. You're worthy of respect and dignity. Yeah, we need to, it's very important to have these marginalized days and months and weeks, and like, how many days the transgender people have? Like, obviously you have all of June for Pride Month. October is, I think, the Rainbow Mafia History Month. You have March 31st is Transgender Day of Visibility. If you're so marginalized, hell, I have one birthday. Y'all have what, like a quarter of the calendar now dedicated to one another? But that had been it. If there hasn't been this outrage machine, this real lack of substantial news in the political realm, because let's keep it a buck. If we're talking politics, not much has been going on recently. Well, it's mostly because, well, I think all the heavy lifting is going to be done by the latter half of the year. Obviously, we have an election coming around. It's just, don't fall into these traps. Okay, no, we're not referring to the Transgender Day of Visibility. I'm just simply saying, okay, if you take a look at stuff like this, okay, you see on Joe Biden's feed, okay, he's posting a similar but different trans placation message. Just laugh at it, mock it a little bit, and then move on with your day. You don't need to make it all about yourself. So I'm just simply going to point to End Wokeness, the account over here on Twitter. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and dead name the platform. Sucks to suck, I guess. Make a joke at this absolutely ludicrous day of remembrance expense, move on with your day. Don't let the actions of some bumbling idiots administration negatively affect a very positive day. How Trans Day of Visibility sparked Easter outrage, leaving Christians disgusted with Biden. Well, there's many reasons to be disgusted, but to be completely honest, this is the Democrats democratin'. This year, the holiest Christian day on the calendar, celebrating the resurrection of Jesus Christ, coincides with Transgender Day of Visibility. I would phrase that the other way around, but whatever. Which has taken place on the 31st each year since 2009. Put a pin in that for a second, because we'll circle back by the end of this. In keeping with past years, President Biden, New York Governor Kathy Hochul, and a few of other top Democrat polls celebrated both Easter and Transgender Day of Visibility, stoking ire from Christian conservatives who view supporting transgender people as antithetical to their religion. Now, it's more or less just those two things on the same level that I think is a little bit more blasphemous in their opinions and in their measure, but hey, we're here now. On Transgender Day of Visibility, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's the Biden statement. That's right there. Okay. Then on Saturday, oh, okay, so anticipation. So I guess this was a big day for Kathy Hochul. Mark down. Hochul followed suit and announced a major Empire State landmarks, including One World Trade Center, the Azukuzo Bridge, and Niagara Falls would be lit pink, white, and blue in support of transgender people, which I guess are kind of Easter colors, but if you have to tilt your head a little bit to the side in order to try to make it fit for a tried, tested, and true holiday, you know something's wrong here. Today we celebrate Transgender Day of Visibility by acknowledging the contributions that members of the transgender community have made in New York State and across the country. Can you point to anything specifically? Because I hear this a lot. What exactly have they contributed to society? And that in order to ask that question and to never receive any answers because you can't, that's where this conversation would have ended if I wasn't on social media on Sunday. Like, I was looking for information, things to talk about, and it's like, oh, this is the best that Big Con has to offer, huh? Just amplifying and being overly sensitive, okay? Because that's kind of funny, okay? You want to make jokes? Go ahead and make jokes about that. That's the best thing. Do. Stop trying to amplify it. Stop writing, trying to capitalize on outrage. White House wraps hateful and dishonest politicians as Biden faces backlash over Trans Day of Visibility on Easter. This is what happens. This is what happens when you have a ravenous news media. People who make their bones, their entire industry is all centered around outrage. Oh, did you see what Trump tweeted? Oh, look what Biden's handlers are reposting. Coming after your kids. Oh, they're coming after your wallets. Be scared, be afraid, but make sure to tune in at the top of the hour for the new fresh update. I'm so sick and tired of this stuff, man. It's really tough to care. Because honestly, without so many stupid conservatives just going out there and trying to cut their teeth on this, here you have classic trad thought. Trans Day of Visibility has been on March 31st since 2009. Joe Biden has issued a proclamation for it on the in 21, 22, and 23. Nobody did anything to anger Christians Easter Sunday, and anybody saying this should not be taken seriously now or ever. Again, somebody's out there trying to agitate, trying to rage bait. Obviously, it worked. 1.4 million views, a whole bunch of engagement, and my good friend pointing out something very obvious about this situation. And it's like, yeah, okay, we can see what you're doing out there. But without this faux signal boost, like it was pointed out, Trans Day of Visibility, whatever, has been the day before April Fools, very funny, since 2009. How many people knew that this was a thing? Like, there's a day, okay? There are websites dedicated to these superfluous holidays on every single day of the year. This is just yet another one. I'm not saying don't pay attention to it. I'm saying when it crosses your timeline, when it comes across your desk, when it's something of note for you, you can just take a look at it and go, yeah, this is absolutely absurd. Make a joke at its expense, but pay it no mind past that. Enjoy Easter. Hopefully you enjoyed Easter. And just let your displeasure, if you're going to let it fester, let your displeasure be voiced in November and vote out these placating nonsense. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.